Just about 7,200 pounds empty unloaded weight. A pretty decent rear living couples camper coming in down here at Advantage 1 RV. Big living room super slide and a kind of sneaky bedroom closet slide that has a ton of storage in it. Now we're pretty darn familiar with this camper because we actually sold it when it was brand new right down the street at Haylett RV. Back then it was actually called Haylett's North Country RV, which, you know, the name always worked. Alright, attempt number 99 to get started here. If you watch till the end of the video, you'll get a little peek of what I'm talking about. Anyway, what I was attempting to say is there's a little more going on with this one than meets the eye. Ha! Finally nailed it. Like I said, this has a 7-foot ceiling clearance. That is way bigger than most trailers. That means they can do things like put huge windows in and give you storage above the seating areas instead of huge windows or storage above the seating areas. I think most people prefer and rather than or. Now that does mean 7,200 pounds. This is a little bit heavier than a common rear living super slide camper, but remember, it's taller and it has that extra slide out. Now, I mentioned that it's got a couple, usage signs on it. One of the things I really pride myself on here at Haylett RV is if I see something, folks, I am going to say something. And I can see that chair was used. That was definitely the primary chair. And when you close the slide out on this one, you do need to pull that chair out of there and turn it toward the door. I think in transit, it wiggled a little bit, and I can see where it has scuffed that slide fascia. But I've only seen a couple little blemishes like that in the RV, and that's the worst kind of stuff I've been able to come up with. I haven't found leaks. I haven't found major damage. I haven't found significant defects. I'm not going to tell you I'm perfect at this. We haven't run it through the shop, but I got a pretty good idea what I'm looking at, generally speaking, and I'm not seeing a whole lot here that really concerns me. That is going to be a classic airbed style hide-a-bed, by the way, and once again, big windows, plus storage, and notice how they're giving us those nice night privacy shades there. And just a gob of windows on this thing. Whether you're sitting by the recliners, in the slide, or even over there in the hallway. It's just huge. Now, this is something I think RV brands get a lot of flack for, but I think it's a great feature that doesn't get the credit it deserves. That is that just simple folding leg style free floating table right there. It is inexpensive, it is lightweight, and it is super effective. Because if you want to fold that down into a sleeper, you can. There's storage below it. Or if you just want to kind of shift the table over from one side to the other, like I tend to when I'm sitting there with my smaller wife and kid, you can do that. Now what's kind of cool is if you're sitting on the sofa, which is where I'm at, or the recliners just to my right, or at the dinette, there's really no bad seat in the house of this one. And this was made way before people had a massive focus on the placement of the entertainment center like they do today. It's just a very good, I think, well-executed floor plan. Now, I want to give you a good look at all the storage. We're actually going to start up top right there and open all that up. With this being a taller ceiling, it allows them the opportunity to have, more cabinet total capacity. That is a two-way gas electric fridge. These are all the original factory electronics from what I'm seeing. Everything in here looks pretty sharp. This is the, what was the big brother to the Trail Runner? North Country later went on to be called Prowler. So when you see a Heartland Prowler out there today, this is what it was, what it is basically. Now the previous owners did something very interesting over here in the kitchen. Well, a couple things. First of all, they added that big flip-up countertop extension right there, which I think is great. It gives you some good prep space. But notice that wall. You see how there's those outlets and that power conduit run right there? They added those outlets on the wall to make everything a little bit easier to reach instead of having to plug everything in under that overhead cabinet. There's another thing over here. The camper is not totally level right now, and this door didn't want to stay open. But a corner refrigerator like this normally would create some dead space. But I like how they utilize that. They just really didn't waste anything. This is also a dual entry bathroom. So I'm standing at the hallway door, but you see that you have a sliding pocket privacy door from the bedroom over there. And there's a lot of space here. When you get out of the shower, you actually have room to get dressed. And it's a shower, not a tub. There's a lot of things on this trailer that were way ahead of the curve. It's why we liked them when they were first new. And if you wake up at night, you got to use the bathroom, this might kind of be what you see over here. Another thing here, that's a porcelain foot flush stool, not plastic like you usually find at this price point. And just to the right of that, we have ourselves an excellent linen cabinet. Little basic campers like this, you know, a simpler series trailer, that's the kind of equipment and attention to detail you just don't usually see. Like that extra vent above the bed right there for some airflow. Little details like that make a big difference when you're camping long term. Big overhead cabinet too, but what's kind of cool, you might notice the bedroom is a little bit asymmetrical. Like there's no side stand over there, but we have a, well, there's a side stand, but no closet. We have a closet here. Don't worry though, hang with me just a moment. This thing has a lot of storage that we haven't seen. Direct entry door over here in the bedroom allows you to fully access the entire RV in transit. If the slides close, the rear door can get you to the kitchen and the living. That front door can get you up here to the bedroom and most of the storage. Another thing here, that little headboard pocket, man, that's just begging you to be able to, you know, a place to put your phone or your, I don't know, your chapstick at night. But it's over here. When you look over here, like you see that closet I left open for you. Then you see, oh, okay, I get it. There's hanging closet space there. But the thing is, it actually wraps all the way around the corner. So the left-hand side over here in the hallway has a really neat kind of thing going on. It could be linen space. It could be pantry space, extra appliances. But all those shelves can be removed because this could also be a giant hanging closet. Or you could just remove one or two shelves and use it as sort of like a combination sort of thing. But wait! There's more! Keep hoping to score that job, you know, overdubbing for infomercials one day. So far the phone has it wrong, but it's not like I've really, you know, put the resume out there. But big storage. Really, that's the point here. Big storage. Phasing down through that master bed, we have ourselves a nice large front compartment and a cool little touch. This RV has power corner stabilizer jacks, but what I like about it is how Heartland has always been very good about putting the button for those like inside a baggage compartment under a key lock so that an unattended we'll just say, you know, campground child doesn't come through and start messing with your jack legs. I've seen that happen. I've seen people's campers, you know, if you're lucky, they just knock the thing out of level by retracting the jacks. If you're unlucky, they screw the jacks up by holding the button down when they're not supposed to. It could be an expensive repair. Now you just don't got to worry about it because you can lock them. Power tongue jack doing the heavy lifting for us. So all the jacks on this, all push buttons, simple and easy. And this right here is a better look at that front closet slide. Just gives you an idea of all, I mean, that's just all storage out there. The windows are tinted. The underbelly is also enclosed on these. That doesn't magically turn this into some kind of super duper Four Seasons camper, but for decent extended season use, if it's going to just dip below freezing or if it's just going to stay above freezing but stay pretty darn cold in the 30s, 40s, something like that, you should be fine here as long as you're running that furnace. And if there's something this one just does amazingly well, it's going to be all those windows. And I like, again, how they're tinted to help keep the sunshine out of there. The roof is fully walkable with the weather. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get you up there. What I do want to mention, though, is a classic feature you don't see a lot of nowadays. Instead, you tend to see a lot of those fold-down cargo racks like Cherokee and Catalina do down at Haylett RV. This has a telescoping cargo tray rear bumper. If you look at that, it looks a little different. The whole bumper actually slides out and reveals a handy cargo tray back there. Now you're going to want to use that for light duty stuff, but you know, if you're wanting to bring along some bikes or some extra coolers, it's a great way to haul some extra things with you. So along with the power jacks, power awning, all this is, you know, push button, easy, simple setup. And again, with the decent sized living room and all the storage, I think this could be a really good either traveler or just destination kind of site use trailer. One other thing I always like to show you whenever I can, the tires are looking pretty fantastic. With the age of the RV, chances are, well, most RV tires, frankly, they tend to age out long before they wear out. If you are wearing out trailer tires, something's wrong. The axle's bent, the trailer's overloaded, something is way out of whack. But the good news, I don't see where any of that has ever happened here, even to any remote fashion. So if you're looking for something a little bit taller than the average bear, whether you plan to tow it or just leave it parked somewhere, I think this one is a neat little in-betweener. It could work pretty nicely as both, and I don't really see anything on it that concerns me too much. Appears to be pretty decently kept. Shows a little bit of usage wear and tear, but Nothing major, nothing scary. My car is about the same age as this, and frankly, it's a little rougher around the edges than this camper, so I think you could do a heck of a lot worse, and I think the owner's being pretty reasonable about letting her go. So give us a call, whether you need hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, or anything between. We do it all. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Halet camping, everyone. Have an A1 day. Whatever I say when I'm down here, I don't even know. And there's a little more. And there's a little more going on with one than. What is wrong with me?